Outside of Notre Dame football, the next biggest sporting attraction here in South Bend is on the ice. And a well-known hockey hotspot in the city is in for a major transformation. A $12 million renovation plan in the works at the Icebox skating rink. It calls for adding a new sheet of ice at the arena, which has been hosting hockey events since 1974.
Brimming with potential is my take on this region. And it's you've got dynamic leaders, dynamic entrepreneurs, dynamic university, great geographic location, and a focus on, lifting people up. I mean, this is a huge team effort up here. People coming together and shooting for higher. And so you're starting to see that momentum really pay dividends.
That's outgoing Indiana Secretary of Commerce Brad Chambers at this week's Engage South Bend-Elkhart event. It attracted several hundred business, community, and academic leaders to the Century Center in downtown South Bend. The event was the fifth of 7 Engage Indiana events we are holding this year around the state. It included a fireside chat featuring Chambers and IBJ Media CEO Nate Feltman, and a panel discussion that I moderated, focusing on issues driving the regional economy. The massive GM-Samsung investment fueling a sense of partnership and urgency.
Well, I'm really excited because I think this is a region that's ripe for opportunity to really collaborate with state government. I believe in small government, but I also believe that there are pieces of the solution that really only government can solve. And I think we have some incredible leaders here in this region that are ready to partner with the state and the historic investments that have happened during this previous legislative session.
We know we got to think about workforce. We got to think about the infrastructure that we know will come with that. Housing, obviously, number one, not unique to our region. Across the state, the nation, they're having some of those similar challenges too. So, but I think we're equipped. We've been in good position. We're really resilient here in this region. So I think we're going to be great.
Well, one of the important and developing stories here in northern Indiana has been Notre Dame's engagement, their activity in economic development and quality of life projects. Once disconnected, Notre Dame is engaging in a big way. A great example, Eddy Street Commons, just south of campus on land owned by Notre Dame. It has developed into a very popular mixed-use development just south of campus, driving economic activity and also helping to further connect Notre Dame to the city of South Bend. The Eddy Street corridor has indeed become a hotspot for investment, and for more on that, Carly Lanik, our Inside Indiana business reporter here in South Bend, joins us. And Carly, you live here and you see what's happening here, lots of activity.
That's right. It's really exploded here in the last several years. Here where we're standing at Eddy Street Commons and just along the way at State Road 23. In just a couple of weeks, students will be back in town and we'll be seeing all that game day activity coming through. Why is it growing right now? It's all about location, location, location. Game day, the Notre Dame band getting Irish fans pumped up on the Eddy Street corridor. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump from campus, a South Bend hotspot that continues to grow. More high-end housing is on the way. Holiday Development just announced plans to build a new $31.5 million apartment complex here. Another apartment condo project set to open soon, the Irish Quarter. Three Leaf Development VP Joseph Stanton on what it takes to make Eddy Street so attractive.
I think the big thing for us, that what attracted us to developing this project is the location. So, location in real estate is obviously everything. So, given that we're so close, just a 9 iron, so to speak, from campus, I think the location is kind of number one.
This area took a dramatic turn when the initial phases of the $300 million Eddy Street Commons project opened a few years ago. It features 2 hotels, more than 700 residential units, and shops and restaurants. It's a connection that Notre Dame and the city of South Bend have never had, and it's paying off in a big way.
The city as a whole will see the most investment in 2023 that it's ever seen in its history. We're looking at close to $1 billion in investment. From the early planning stages, it looks like 2024 will be very similar.
The University of Notre Dame and the city of South Bend locking arms, moving to the same beat, a union that is driving big bucks into northern Indiana's bottom line. Sideline Flats, the 87, and Five Corners are just a few of the other projects coming this way.
How about affordability? Is that an issue here in the Eddy Street area?
Sure. So developers really have a key market in mind. We're talking Notre Dame alumni, faculty, and even some students. We're seeing prices range from $900 to $2,400 for some apartments in the area, and condos going for even more big bucks. We're talking in the millions. But South Bend city leaders say these are not the only projects in town. They are working on some low-income projects near the downtown area.
Yeah, lots changing here to be sure. The Eddy Street corridor area. Carly, thanks for keeping us covered here in the South